Well, it's Dr. Know-It-All, so 10.69.3.1 finally got downloaded. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, specifically Springfield, Virginia. And what I'm going to do is put in, literally, I just put in a destination. I have no idea. It looks like it has several left-hand turns, and it could be busy, so that should be good for us to try. So I'll try a couple of destinations, and of course we will also look at this, which is the new energy thing. And also, I noticed that even though I did a release notes, excuse me, for 10.69.3, there's actually 2 new notes, and I'm going to do a separate video on those. They're a rather interesting thing. So let's go ahead and put this in drive, and I guess nobody's around. Let's just see if the full self-driving wants to work right now. Okay, there we go. So we're in full self-driving. I have not used it up until now. Just drove a ways away from my parents' house, for privacy reasons, so that's why I'm kind of starting in the middle of a road. But so there's a traffic circle coming up here, so there's kind of a sweeping left here. It's not an actual, actually it is turning on its turn signal. But you can see that's interesting. It's treating that like a stop sign. Let's see if it goes. Yeah. So that was incorrect behavior, nothing unsafe, but certainly the car did not need to do that. So, and obviously you can see a lot of stopped cars. There's speed bumps all over the place here. I don't know if and when we'll hit one, but the car it's got like a 50-50 odds on whether it recognizes it as a speed bump or not. Okay, so this is unprotected. This is not a particularly busy area, but we should see creeping behavior coming out here. Oh, cool. Oh, that's fun. That's nice. So good. I can actually move this up. That was one of my big complaints, and I finally get to do that with this new version of the software because I couldn't see it. Down here, you just couldn't see the thing. So now when it pops up the turn signal and there's a person coming across, good. Lots of tests right away. And the car slowed down very well. It didn't over aggressively slow down. It just, slowed down. So here comes a speed bump. It does not, nope, it did recognize that. Okay. So maybe a teeny bit fast. And then we have a traffic circle. We're taking the first right here. So let's see. It should, actually, honestly, it should be more aggressive than this, but that was okay. I mean, it should have kept going because there's a stop sign from the other direction. So, but I don't know if it knows that. So I guess that would be the thing. Anyway, so we're coming up here. This is going to be an interesting left. I specifically wanted to do this one, and here comes another speed bump. Let's see if it recognizes it. Yes, it did. Okay, good. That's actually really good. It's not visualizing them, but it's slowing down significantly. Anyway, you have to go out and across. There's like kind of an access road, and then you have to go across that access road and then into the main road and make a left, and it's a lot of traffic. So you can see, that's what I'm talking about. There's this access road here. So there's multiple, wow, it's actually incredibly empty. But it better hurry up, because if it doesn't, okay, wow. That, I mean, geez. That never happens if that road's that empty. So, so usually I try to avoid that at all costs, but that was actually, it handled it well. I mean, it could have gone a little, maybe 1 to 2 seconds faster, but it actually handled that well. It's speeding up nicely. It's doing a good job of that. And like I said, I have no idea where I'm going here, so let's take a look. So yeah, okay. So we're just going to go up, we'll make another left or right, and then I'll pick another destination to go to, which will hopefully involve some things. It's kind of, it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I was like, it's 9:42 a.m. on a Wednesday, and so it should be a lot more crowded than this, but obviously a lot of people have started to either not go to work or travel for Thanksgiving, so a little less traffic than would normally be around, so I guess it puts it on easier mode. But anyway, it handled that. That's a gnarly left turn. I don't like to make that left turn on my own, because of the fact that you have to go across a road and then across another one. And again, it didn't have a lot of traffic, so that made it easier. Maybe I'll try to circle around in a minute and try again and see if I can hit some worse traffic, but we'll see here. In 0.6 of a mile, we should have, wow, the acceleration feels much better now. It's like, I don't know how to say it. It's always in the past felt very creepy, like it was just easing its way up to the speed limit. And now it's like, yeah, it's going to go for it. So you can feel a little more, excuse me, early in the morning. You can feel it kind of give you a little push as it's going, which is very nice. I appreciate that. Again, not terribly aggressive, but let's take a look at the energy usage. So interesting. So yeah, much more detailed energy usage, and I guess this is a bad thing. I don't know. I'll have to wait till I do it a little bit more. But I'm imagining if you get above this line, it's probably a positive, and below it's not. It's interesting since it's been on full self-driving. It's like it's critiquing itself and saying it's not a good job. So here, oh, it's a protected left. All right. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but oh well. I don't know this area hardly at all. Okay, well actually this is good because we'll see if it decides to go through here. There's nobody behind me, so I can just let this sit all day if it wants to. But what it should do is kind of creep out. Oh my gosh, it's doing it. It should kind of creep out into the intersection and get prepared so that behind this blue, whatever that Honda is there. So it should go right now. It should go right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, once it decided to go, it was like, I'm gone. I'm out of here, baby. So that was really sweet. That was so nice. This was some stuff. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't even know where we're going. We're just going places. So I think we're about to get to the end of the destination. Yeah. So I'll have to put in another one here in a minute. But that, oh my gosh. Like, it was a little hesitant getting started, but once it started, it was just like, bam, let's see how it handles this guy here. Okay, it slowed down. That's good. Good. Wow. I mean, great. And the other day, I was on 69.2.4 still, but it came across a big bag in the road, and it actually avoided it, which was cool. It was a very kind of soft maneuver, so it didn't do a ton of things, but I might need to adjust my camera back there. It sounds a little janky. So I think we're just about to run out of running room here. It's about to decide it's reached our destination. So, yep, and it's a dead end, too, so it's not really anywhere to go. All right, so we're going to have to find something new here. Ooh, wow. It's very confident in terms of that. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of full self-driving, try to find someplace new, and also try to figure out why I'm going to just check and make sure that the camera has not become dislodged, because it's sounding a little jerky. So, hold on 1 second. Let me see. Seems like it's still good. All right, I'm gonna just check just to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Too many rights, not enough. Okay. Oh no, that's got a lot of lefts. All right, so I'm going to try whatever that address is there. I have no idea. So it's 4.8 miles away. It should take us 11 minutes. That'll be great. Let me get my seat in the right position again. And I'm going to try full self-driving because it's going to have to make a loop around this dead end here. So let's find out. Let's put this back here. And we'll find out. Okay. Put it in. Oop, okay. I need to press the brake. Okay. Oh. Let's try that again. There we go. All right. So, all right, it's moving out. I'm very curious to see. I've never actually tried around like a cul-de-sac like this before, so this will be interesting to see. Sorry. Unable to complete maneuver. Okay, so you can't do this little keyhole thingy. So, yeah, that's interesting. So I guess it considers this too close to a U-turn. Let me see if I get partway through the maneuver, if it'll do it. Okay, so let's see. Ah. No, it's not happy about that at all. All right, so I got us a little, I don't know. It looks like it has several left-hand turns in it. I have no idea where I'm going, but it's 4.8 miles away, so there we go. So let's go make this a close-up, and hopefully it will just go into, yep, there we go. All right. So we'll see. That woman's looking at me like, what is this weird dude doing? Just sitting in the road. All right. So go through here. Notice it's handling, and let's see if it visualizes this motorcycle sitting out here. Oh, that was close. It visualized them, but it just felt like that was a tad close. I don't really want to run into them. I did not disengage. This is interesting. Somebody is watering or something. I don't know. And that guy's parked way too close. Oh, it's a mail truck. That's why. He's like way too close to that stop sign, but it actually handled that okay. And here we got a car, so it needs to stop. It needs to stop, and now it needs to go. Oh, that was good. I mean, it made me nervous, but, you know, it handled it well. I was a little nervous. So, good. Okay. And let's see, on Roxbury Road. I really like this. This is going to be so nice. That, because just before when it was down here, I couldn't see anything. You know, I'd have to, like, my hand would block it and all of that stuff. That was, you know, it was good. It, you know, unfortunately, you can't do the rolling stops anymore, so it does like total complete stop and a little unnecessary under circumstances where there's not a lot of traffic. But again, when you think about the day where you can sit in the back seat or go to sleep or something, you're not going to care about those kind of maneuvers. It's only right now where I'm, you know, officially in charge of the car and I have to pay very close attention that I'm like, well, you should do it this way. It's one of those things when you don't care anymore, when it's driving it and you don't have to pay attention, which hopefully will happen, you know, in the next couple of years, then you really won't care. If it decides it wants to come to a complete stop, that's its choice. So, okay, let's see. It's making a left. All right. So it should just be able to roll right on through here because there's no stop sign. Excellent. Very good. I mean, this feels really confident. It's substantially better. By the by, I think everybody already knows this now, but in case you don't, every time you engage autopilot, it says you are responsible for the car. It might make a dumb decision. You have to hold on, all of that kind of stuff. So you can see that my left hand is on this. There is a person behind me now, so I'm hoping the car is not going to be super frustrating. It should just be able to go. There's nobody to the right, to the left, I mean. Yeah, okay. So I got a little nervous because there was a car behind me. I was like, oh, I don't want to be rude and have that person just waiting and waiting and waiting. So, but anyway, I am officially in charge of the car and, of course, legally responsible if it makes a dumb mistake or something like that. But anyway, I'm just monitoring it. I've got my left hand on the steering wheel to make sure, you know, that I can jiggle it once in a while. It's also paying attention through this camera up here to make sure that I'm looking at the road, you know, not reading my phone. Although I'm recording on my phone, so I can't be reading on my phone right now. But anyway, so it has that. I'm officially in charge. I call it monitoring. I like monitor the car. And then the car does its own thing. So it's driving, but I'm monitoring. Let's take a look at the navigation here. So yeah, I need to make a left, and then we'll drive for a while. We'll make another left. Good. Okay. So there's a dead end at the other end of this road. So it's not really an unprotected left because A, we're going to get the light here, and B, there's nobody coming the other direction. So this is a relatively straightforward thing to do. Let's see if it handles the turn. I'm feeling out the accelerator. Oh, very nice. Oh my gosh. It's just so much better than it was. It's like it doesn't ease into the turns too much. It's a little more assertive, and it you know, it gives you just that little kick in the pants to like make you realize the car is accelerating well. So wow, just good stuff. All right, apologies. That was a camera failure. I don't know why it stopped recording. Don't know. I'm hoping it's going to reroute itself here in just a second. Anyway, the car was driving great. The camera decided it was going to fail, so there we go. Now it's rerouted. I figured as long as I had to restart the camera. Yeah, I was recording and talking, and all of a sudden, I have no idea why this thing's sitting in the middle of the room. There we go. That was a little wussy. So now it's got a left-hand turn here. It does not look like this is a protected left, but I don't see anybody coming the other direction. So anyway, so it'll have to make a left-hand turn. But anyway, I was recording, and I just realized I can do this on my watch. So I've fired it up so I can at least see if anything goes wrong. But basically, I was talking, and all of a sudden, the FIFA thing came on, and the guys were like talking, and I was like, wait a second, what is going on? They shouldn't be able to do that if I'm recording right now. So I realized that the camera had decided to stop. So anyway, sorry, I spent a lot of time in meetings and phone calls yesterday, so my voice is pretty trashed. All right, so anyway, we're here. I don't know, maybe I'll fast forward through this part because it's kind of boring. And man, one thing about the Washington, D.C. area is that the lights are interminable. Northern Virginia, though, I don't know what it is with the light sequences, but they just don't change. Like, you can sit here for 2 or 3 minutes waiting for the light signal to change. So we may just go whoop and compress this all so that you don't have to pay attention to it, because it's pretty boring. So let's see. All right. Hey, we're still recording, so good. Okay. So, yep. Anyway, in terms of the release notes, just in case I decide not to fast forward this because something interesting happened. Oh, good. There's somebody on the other side now. So this is actually a good thing. This means that we need to, yeah, perfect. So let's see what we do. Like, what we should do is go, that person's going to go around. This person's going to get really mad at me, behind me. All right, it was okay. I think what the car was doing, and honestly, I'm not going to blame the car in that case, because the person on the other side probably should have gone around me and turned. And I think the car was trying to do that. So it was trying to go like this and then around the other guy, but then he changed his vector and he decided to go the other way. And so then this car had to go this way. Anyway, I think the car actually negotiated that decently well. It was something where it was probably, it was trying to do one thing, then the car did the other car, not the ego car, but the other car did something else, and then this car had to go like, oh, okay, punt. Let's try again. Let's reroute. So anyway, so I think it did that well. It didn't jerk. The guy behind me didn't honk. We were a teensy bit slower than I would have been doing it, but just talking about just fractions of a second at this point. It's not a big deal anymore. Okay, so I believe, I don't know, I'm hoping this is an unprotected left up here again. I don't know. Look at that FedEx truck with that wide turn, just going right into our lane. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. You got to get around it, buddy. I don't know what it's doing. It like halfway decided it was going to make the turn into the other lane, and now it's stopped. So I think the problem is we're now 0.3 miles away, and so I think what happened was that overrode it. So it should have, for sure, it should have just gone ahead and gone around the guy and then gotten back in, because it has plenty of space. But I think what happened was that it began to do that maneuver, and then it got into the range where it was like, I need to be in the left lane. If that's the case, then actually I'm relatively happy, because, again, it's that kind of midterm planning thing where it's trying to, all right, this will be interesting. So it looks like I get a protected left if I need it, but it should just roll right through this right now. It should just go. It should just go. It should just go. Good. Oh, that was just, I mean, that felt so human. That was ridiculous. That was crazy. All right, let's go ahead and let's make this full screen again. Sorry. I'm sort of paying attention to the navigation just to see where I'm going, because I have no idea where I am right now. It's a really good thing for GPS. If I had to find my way home without it right now, I would be very lost, since I'm in a city that I'm not all that used to. So, standard Northern Virginia, outskirts of Washington, D.C. decor here. So it's interesting to see the trees are a little more northern. I mean, there's definitely the southern magnolia there, but then you can also see that there are trees that are more northerly than we're used to, like ash trees and some pine trees that are more northerly pine trees. So that's cool. All right. So yeah, so we're going, we got 0.8 of a mile, and then we should have to make another left. I keep trying to find things that make a lot of left-hand turns, so that's what I'm looking to do here. So let's see. Make sure this thing's still recording. Yep. Okay, we're still recording. This is very nice. Now that I've got this, I'm like, oh yeah, I can check, and I can stop and start it without having to keep getting in and out of the car. Oh, and it actually shows, oh my gosh, this is cool with Apple Watch. Do you see that? It's actually showing what's going on the camera, so I can also check to make sure the camera hasn't gotten dislodged. Because sometimes what happens is the camera will get loose and it'll start to slide. I need to get like 2 crossbars that hold it in place so it doesn't jiggle around. I know I need to up my game in terms of my car stuff, but it's I don't do too many of these, and so every time I do one, I'm like, man, I need to upgrade, and then I go, I'll do it next time. So anyway, all right, so it's the fact that I'm talking about random other stuff and not even thinking about the driving, and the fact that again, I know it's a Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and so it's on easy mode right now, but the car is handling this so easily. It's just like nothing. Wow. Good stuff. All right, so we still, again, this is a four-way stop, so again, no, this person behind me is going to get pissed. No one comes to a complete stop around here. At least they're turning, so once I go through this, they won't have to follow me anymore. Yeah, so, you know, nobody drives the speed limit, and nobody comes to a complete stop at the four-way stop signs. So it's one of those things. So let's see. All right, yep, handles that well. So it's an interesting negotiation, the fact that, you know, there's definitely the law, but then there's also the way things actually work in the real world. And what are you going to say? I mean, Tesla's got to follow the law, especially when NHTSA got on their case about it. So they've obviously got to do that. But it also is one of those things that human drivers do not appreciate, because that is, I do notice that it's stopping for that pretty minimal amount of time that you have to stop. I mean, it's stopped, but it's like maybe a second. It's like stop and then go. So if it's going to have to legally be required to stop, which it is, then they're doing it for the minimum amount of time that is legally required. So I appreciate that, at least. But it is something where just, and different parts of the country are different, right? It's one of those things where around here, I know from driving as much as I have in Northern Virginia that coming to a complete stop is not something that people do, and they get very angry if you do, because you're not behaving the way that you should. Okay, so I'm almost at the end here. So I will do once we get close up here, I'll try to find another destination. One more. I think we might as well. We're having, I hate it. I was really wanted to see this thing under traffic. Like yesterday, I was driving around and the traffic was outrageous. It was just so much traffic all over the place. And I was like, oh, this will be a great test. And then, of course, I get the software and it's all super easy. So it's all on easy mode now. So anyway, sorry about that. I'll find another time. But yeah, on Friday, it'll be much more crazy and janky, so we can try again then. I'm really looking forward to talking about the release notes. I got started talking about that. There's 2 added ones, and they're very, very, like, they provide some insight into what's going on and how Tesla AI team is working really hard to maximize what they're trying to get out of the full self-driving computer and everything. So, okay, let's just go ahead and stop here. Let me pull over for a second. Not sure this is legally allowed to stop here, but anyway. I mean, I'm allowed to stop. I'm just saying, like, probably no parking, but let's find out. Supercharger. Let's do maybe over here. And so, by the way, if you just hold down, so let's see if we can get, yeah, so left-hand turn, yeah, that'll work well. Okay, so we'll call this the last one. Again, no idea where I am. I'll have to figure out how to get back home again from here. I think I've been kind of doing circles around where my parents live, more or less, but anyway. All right, so one more try. Oh my gosh, this is going to be just huge. Having that turn signal thing be up there where I can actually see it is just going to be awesome. Okay, so, all right, and we should go around the car. So notice it's visualizing all of this stuff. Let's see. Make sure this is still recording. Always good. Yep, okay, still recording. I don't know why my phone just decided to crap out like that. It was just like recording, and then it was like, nope, no more. So yeah, again, so nice. This is so much better. I can't tell you if you haven't had the turn signal thing up and noticed it. So it's making a left, and this is unprotected, by the by. I thought it was making a right. I need to pay more attention. So anyway, but you saw how it did that. It was a little less confident than a human would be, but again, it's one of those things, if I'm not paying attention, like I'm not like sitting there counting in my head how many seconds it is, then I don't want to say I'm not paying attention, because clearly I've got my hand on it and I'm checking the thing. But I'm just saying, if I'm not going like, 1, 2, 3, counting off the number of seconds, but more casually, as if I was a passenger, it's not something I would really even notice is that extra time. So, all right. So this should only take us, I guess, 5 more minutes. So there you go. All right, and then we need to take a right, and I think after that we'll take a left. We'll see in a second here. Cool. I just can't even tell you. I did not get 10.69.3. So this is a substantial upgrade. I got 69.2.4 like the day after 69.3 came out or something like that. So, okay, so this is an all-way stop. So it should be able to handle this. Yep, okay. I don't know if it knows they're always stops or not. Like, you can look and you can see the other stop signs, but I don't know if the car is doing that or not. But anyway, so I've been sitting on 69.2.4 for quite a while, and it was great, but this is really a lot better. Like, just the feel of it, the fact that I really haven't had to do anything to intervene, aside from my camera having an equipment failure. It's like, that's the worst that's happened today so far. So, all right, so let's see. It's okay. Now this should go first. I'm gonna see autopilot pause, waiting for our turn. So, oh, interesting. Okay, so that was, no, you gotta go. Sorry, lady. Car. Okay, so that was, I did not intervene, but I almost did, because I was like, we're being rude. So this car definitely had the right of way. We were there. The other person pulled up. Fortunately, they were patient. But if I were that person in the other direction and I saw this car not going forward, I would have just pulled out. So the fact that it said waiting for our turn, it shouldn't have done that. That's something where, okay, no idea why my phone keeps crapping out, but it does. So we're going to try yet one more little destination just to make it. It's a shame because the phone, my camera cut out like right before it did this really nice left-hand turn unprotected, but oh well. Oh, let's put it in drive first. All right. Oftentimes you have to move forward like just a foot or two. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, we are back in it again. So this looks like it's congested traffic, so that should actually be good. So let's see how it handles this. Okay. Yeah, I would say it needs to slow down just a teeny bit more. It is slowing down, so I mean it's got that, but it's just, let's see if I can make this full screen. It's slowing down, it's just not doing it aggressively enough. It needs to be a little more aggressive. Okay, so this is not a left or a right, but it is unprotected, so this is going to be interesting. So it's a one-way street. Okay, so it's only one way it has to pay attention to, but there is a something, student driver or something. Yep, coming. So yep, so now it should go. All right. The funny thing was that the camera stopped, and then I did this beautiful turn, and then it got stuck in a whole bunch of traffic, even though it was just a neighborhood back there. And so it did all these really cool things while the camera wasn't working, and I was like, come on. So here's another one. This looks like it's one way the opposite direction, so people are coming from that away. And it's creeping. It should definitely be able to go now. There's tons of room. Okay. Unfortunately, I hate that this is in easy mode right now, because like usually there's so much traffic through these areas, but it's like there was traffic coming. There was just a light there, so it was a bit of a ways away. So, all right. Anyway, I feel really bad that the cameras decided to like just not cooperate today. I don't know exactly why my thing. I think it's Fox Sports. Their app is just atrociously bad. And okay, so this is a four-way stop. I've been watching the World Cup on it, and this guy, okay, go. I know, thank you. Go car. Thank you. It's just, sorry, I didn't want to intervene because, you know, I'm doing the video, but that person was being really patient, and I was just like, what is it doing? So that's something where it can definitely still improve behavior. At a four-way stop, it needs to understand that it's got the right of way and take it. Here it did not have the right of way because it's a two-way stop, so the other direction didn't have a stop. So it handled that really good. Again, it's sort of like once it gets into the intersection, it needs to get to the other side. So that's what I would say. It's like once you've committed to the move, you got to go for it. And it's kind of doing this thing where it's second guessing itself, I guess, if it was a human being. That's what you would say, is it's second guessing itself over and over again. So we need to make a left-hand turn up here, and then I think our navigation is just about done. So let's see how this works. So this is a always stop, and it says always, so it should be able to know that. So it should be able to not even have to creep. So good. Notice it didn't have the creeping thing, which it would have had to do if it wasn't an always stop. So that actually is very good. So yeah. All right, cool. Oh, and we get one more little turn as a bonus. Nice. Tried to put it in some random place back here, so very cool. That's a nifty old Oldsmobile right there. Wow. All right, and we are, I guess, at our destination. So, yep, okay. Oh, I guess our destination's over here. So, one more turn to throw into it. So, actually, this is good because this is something where it needs to pay attention. I don't know if it'll decide it needs to creep. Yeah, so it's creeping. There was a creep limit, and now it should go. Excellent. All right. Cool. So yeah, we're at our stop here. So let me pull out of the way so I'm not causing any danger to the road or anything like that. In fact, past all these parked cars, I don't really like to do that. Yeah, that's where it says no parking anytime. All right. So what do I think? Aside from getting through intersections like that where it needs to be a little more aggressive once it like enters a four-way stop situation where it needs to go like I'm done, or I'm not done, I'm the person whose turn it is, I'm going, because you've got to register intent for people, right? You can't just kind of creep out there and have people going like, is he going, is he not going, is he going, is he not going? So that would be the one negative that I would say, but aside from that, it drove so well. Autopilot team, you guys are just crushing it right now. This is amazing stuff. I'm so happy to be part of this. And then Elon Musk just this morning tweeted that version 11 is supposed to go out to beta testers before Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So I can't believe he's got his employees working on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but of course it is Tesla. So, I mean, not working, but working hard to try to roll out a software release before Thanksgiving. So probably folks like Omar, Homer's Catalog, and, Chuck Cook, and those folks will probably get it first, but hopefully it'd be really awesome if we got it soon up. But I'm super happy to have 10.69.3.1. This has been a really major upgrade. So again, like I said, I didn't get 10.69.3. So this was a substantial improvement from what was going on. I'm super impressed. I'm going to sign off now, but what I am going to do is leave the camera running while I go back home to my parents' house again, and if something cool happens, I'll tag on a little addendum here or something. If not, I'll just go there and not worry about it. But anyway, everybody have a lovely day, and for everybody, all my friends in the United States, have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. And again, remember, I will do a video later today about those 2 extra release notes for 10.69.3.1. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.